Hey everyone, I am T-Rex, and today I am ranking all of the MonsterVerse movies by Legendary. So far I've reviewed all the MonsterVerse movies, with my last one yesterday being Godzilla vs. Kong. I'll leave a link to that video up here along with a link to the entire playlist of my MonsterVerse movie reviews if you want to go check that out. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's get into my rankings of the MonsterVerse movies. So starting off with 4th place, it's going to be Godzilla King of the Monsters. I don't really like this movie. When I watched it, it just felt like completely wasted potential. The monster fights are actually really good, but the rest of the movie I just did not like. I did not think it was good at all. The characters here are just the worst. Their motives are paper thin or just absolutely insane. Then they put us in these very emotional moments, or they really want you to care about these characters, because it's like, oh no, they're gonna die, and you're just like, I don't care. These are the worst. I hate them. I hope they die. And that's never what you really want in a monster movie. And it just leads to most of the movie just not being able to be enjoyed because most of the movie is character-based. When the monsters are on screen, though, the movie is completely watchable. And the movie is really great during these moments, but the other characters in the movie just really bring down what could have been a good Godzilla movie, because the monsters and the monster fights here are awesome. And that's why Godzilla King of the Monsters is dead last here at number 4. Now on to number 3, and it's gonna go to Godzilla. This is the first film in the MonsterVerse, and it feels the most disconnected to the other 3 movies, because those feel very similar-ish in tone, and this one feels way different. It's very serious. This film is much more focused on the devastation and destruction that Godzilla causes, more than the monster fights, which the other films more emphasize. Like, if you look at the final battle, just look how they treat San Francisco in this movie. At the end, it looks like this hell on earth compared to Boston and Godzilla King of the Monsters, where it really is just this giant playground for these monsters to fight. That said, I like the tone that this film went for, but it really likes to spend time with these characters, and these characters are just really boring. Also, Godzilla is barely in the film, and it's really weird since it's named after him. It feels like we are focusing in this film on the least interesting thing in this movie, and that's the biggest problem. When there is great Godzilla action, it's amazing, but that is like 15% of the movie. So you're not entertained the whole time and stuck with these really boring characters, and these characters aren't horrendous like the King of the Monsters ones, and the narrative tone and monster fights are better, but it just wasn't that fun to sit through, and that's why it comes in at number 3. Number 2 is going to go to Kong Skull Island, and this movie for me is just fun. The narrative is pretty basic, and it just does the bare minimum to get you to Skull Island, and from there on out, it's just a really fun movie. I had a good time with this movie, and it's just a lot of fun. The action is great, the characters, while being pretty thin, are actually played by likable actors, so it's never really a chore to see them on screen like it is with the films below it. Also, the action here with Kong is great, and it's just so fun. I love how brutal this film can be at times, and the tone here is just so interesting, being set in Nam, and it really makes it feel the most unique when it comes to the MonsterVerse movies with its style and direction. When it comes to this movie, while it's not really super deep and doesn't have these Oscar-worthy characters, it is a fun time, and I enjoyed it throughout the entire movie. Now, number 1, with no surprise, is going to go to Godzilla vs. Kong. This out of all 4 of these movies has my favorite narrative, as it takes risks and gets kind of weird towards the end. I think these films aren't as good as when they try to get super duper serious, and this one doesn't make that mistake. The characters here are all mostly likable, and I think that the main characters that are with Kong are probably the best characters we've seen in the series so far. Also, the monster fights here are bar none the best fights we have seen in the MonsterVerse as well. I think that both Godzilla and Kong are both incredible, and at their best in this film. I love how they're represented. I also love the 3rd act and the surprise appearance we got in those final scenes. Those are truly incredible and my favorite scenes throughout the entire MonsterVerse. It truly is awesome, and I loved it from beginning to end, and the only one that I really think that I really want to go back and rewatch, since I really loved this movie. And that's why Godzilla vs. Kong comes in at number 1. Anyways, those are my rankings, but what are your rankings? As I would love to hear your rankings down below in the comments, because I really want to see how your list is different than mine. I think that's really fun to see. Also, remember to check out my reviews for any of these movies if you want to hear my more in-depth opinions. Also, did you like this style better, or did you like it more when I did it as a tier list? I would love to hear that as well, as I really want to make this channel the best it can be and see what you guys want to see more. Anyways, next time I will be reviewing another monster movie in Pacific Rim. I will be reviewing that movie next Tuesday, and when that comes out, I'll see you then. Bye.